Time and Temp brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Bloxco, one of the largest grocery chains on Roblox. Over 100,000 members, thousands of employees, and millions of shoppers each year. It's a massive day-to-day operation, hundreds of corporates overseeing staff and a massive server. What goes on behind the scenes of this supermarket giant? How much manpower does it take to keep the lights on? What's it like as a higher-up? And how did they get to their positions? Tonight, we go inside one of the biggest grocery stores on Roblox. This is Inside Bloxco. As one of the biggest grocers on Roblox, Bloxco has seen some growth from over the years. It all started with this, a tiny convenience store in York, branded Bloxco Express. The store is very small in comparison to the next two versions. With self-checkout and very isolated service, the model of customer shopping took off on the Roblox platform. It even inspired other groups to use some of Bloxco's ideas. This then led to the creation of Bloxco's next innovation, version 2. Version 2 was a massive upgrade from the previous version. Bigger store, actual cashiers, and more items to pick from. But version 2 is also the start of Bloxco's high rate of success, thanks to one item, Prime. Ever since it was first introduced, it flew off the shelves with players coming down to the store to try to grab a bottle. The item's introduction was a massive success, leading the group gaining thousands of members. Fast forward to now, and here we are, version 3, the crown jewel of this era of the group. But with version 4 around the corner, we're in some of the last weeks with this building in the English suburbs. What will the next version hold? When we come back, we look at what goes on in trainings. What's the process of getting hired at Bloxco? All that after the break right here on Inside Bloxco.
QBC's Inside Bloxco, brought to you by our various partners.
Iberogast. Indigestion. Iberogast. Bloating. Iberogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Iberogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature.
Join us for what matters here and across the country.
On the Record with John of Doom, Sundays.
This is a chair. Some people might try to tell you that it's a table. They might scream table, table, table over and over and over again. They might put table in all caps. You might even start to believe that this is a table. But it's not. This is a chair.
The election night breakdown you need. What does this all mean for you? For your wallets, what to look out for? And when might we know who the winner is? We have the best reporters in the industry from OBC News and QBC News to break it all down for you. OBC Election Night in America. Watch live coverage on OBC.
The Qualitative Broadcasting Company, QBC.
Welcome to the mecca of Bloxco's employee introductory program, the Training Center. It's a massive complex with multiple rooms for the different roles staff at Bloxco will have to carry out. Cashiers, stockers, security, you name it, it's here. This is the massive auditorium that trainees hoping for a full-time job at Bloxco have to first enter into and wait for the process to begin. While we wait for this training to start, let's talk to the person in charge of all of it.
So, are you recording this, just by the way? Right.
This is King. He is the training program director for Bloxco Stores.
So my role at Bloxco as a training director is to make sure that the department operations of the training team are running smoothly and up to standard for the trainees that attend trainings. This includes making sure quotas are done and ensuring that the department are getting the most out of the role, and making sure that they're active and trainings are regular. So the reasons that I feel the operations of the training department are essential to Bloxco's daily operations is because without the training department we wouldn't have trainings, which would essentially remove the roles that the staff get, such as store colleague, security, and then when they go to promotional shifts and get promoted, you can then get senior security and senior store colleague. Without that, you'd have to purchase a rank, which means you wouldn't get the education from the training department.
King has seen the perspective of having lots of different jobs and roles over the span of his career here.
So I started off at Bloxco as a customer, and then went from trainee and then got hired into the corporate team by Cookie. From there I got trained an intern training in the training centre, much like the trainees do, to understand the corporate role a lot more and understand how the operations of corporate help the store and what to do in different situations, such as like scenarios. From there I worked within our version 2 store, helping sure there was moderation was up to standard, making sure that people were enjoying the game, making sure there was no trolling. I did have to ban a few protesters in my time. Just stop all protesters. They like to come to the game and ruin it back in the day. And then I went to senior corporate, and then I went from senior corporate into a head corporate role within the training department. And I was helping with notices and announcements, and then also with managing the department in terms of writing notices for the corporates and helping them where needed as manager. And then from there I got hired as assistant director in January, and then went from assistant director to training director in July.
Let's go back to the training from a few moments ago, which has just started with the trainer at today's session going through the introduction slideshow. When all that's done, everyone then heads to the training room of the role of their desire. Today's training is for the security job. Every candidate here is hoping to get a job protecting the store property and its customers. The trainer then does a course on the all-important handcuffs tool. This is done by asking a member of the trainee audience to volunteer to be handcuffed by the instructor to showcase how they work. He also goes through the steps of escalation that lead to the point where a security agent at Bloxco ends up having to use the handcuffs. The trainees are now ready for the final quiz, which determines whether or not they get hired by Bloxco to be in the security role. The instructor asks the trainees before they start if they have any questions, and to ask them now before they are teleported to take the quiz. And now, the start of the quiz. Everyone is teleported out of the room where on their end they will see the security role quiz, asking them questions to see whether they are completely understanding of today's training material. Back to King now. We asked him what his favourite part about working at Bloxco was.
So my favourite part about working in Bloxco is the amount of joy and happiness that like us as directors bring to the game. A lot of customers come up to us, ask us questions, ask us just random questions like how our day is, and ask us what we enjoy about the role. And it makes me happy that people are enjoying the game and having it as somewhere to chill out and relax after their day of work or education.
Next up on Inside Bloxco, we look at what goes on with staffing at the store and how things work at the Human Resources Department at Bloxco, with an interview with the department director.
Feels like a dream, feels like magic. Now I believe I can have it. Ooh, ooh, Tamu, ooh, ooh, Tamu. All of my wishes came true. Shop like a billionaire. Shop like a billionaire. Ooh, ooh, Tamu, ooh, ooh, Tamu.
Download the Temu app and shop like a billionaire.
This is ABC News Live.
The crush of families here in Poland.
At refugee centers.
In Putin's Russia.
On the ground in Ukraine.
Close to the front line.
Here at the White House.
Destructive
Cat 4 storm.
Here along I-5.
Boston is in the bullseye.
Let's go. We made it.
ABC News Live, America's #1 streaming news. Anytime, anywhere. Streaming 24/7, straight to you for free.
Thank you for making ABC News Live America's #1 streaming news.
Follow QBC wherever you are. Search up the QBC channel on YouTube, click subscribe, and enable notifications to know when every new video becomes available.
Welcome to the end of a promotional shift at Bloxco. This is where the hardest worker at the day's shift is rewarded and also promoted by Bloxco corporates in a celebration in front of a room packed with their colleagues. Today's shift was jam-packed with shoppers and employees around the store, people across all walks working on different things. From shoppers checking out to people ordering food at the cafe. All of it is handled under the purview of human resources. Which means the book stops with him.
Hello, my name is Evan, and I run the Bloxco HR department.
This is Evan, Director of Human Resources for Bloxco Stores.
Alongside Pepe Martinez, who is amazing at what he does. I have been with Bloxco since May of 2023, and ever since it's just been amazing. So I hold my employees to high standards in a few key areas. One will be accountability. So I expect them to take ownership of their work and be responsible for their decisions and actions. Second would be collaboration. So I believe teamwork is essential. So I encourage open communication and mutual support among the HR corporate members. Another key area is always continuous improvement. So I value a growth mindset. So which is where corporate members seek out opportunities to learn and develop their skills. I also value integrity, so honesty and ethical behavior are non-negotiable. So I expect everyone to uphold our values in all interactions. And lastly is going to be member focus. So ultimately, I want my team to prioritize the needs of our customers and staff to deliver exceptional service. And then by implementing these expectations, we can create a positive and productive work environment.
And it seems like Evan's strategy of running things is working, with group growth and productivity getting better and better as the days go on.
So as the Human Resources Director, my responsibilities encompass a range of strategic and operational functions, including the first area, which is talent acquisition. So we're overseeing recruitment efforts to attract and retain top talent that aligns with our department goals. We're also looking at employee development, so implementing training and professional development programs to bring growth and enhance employee skills for future promotions within Bloxco. The third area would be performance management. So we are establishing performance evaluation processes that promote feedback, recognition, and continuous improvement. The fourth area would be culture and engagement. So we are cultivating a positive workplace culture that encourages employee engagement, diversity, and inclusion. Our fifth area is going to be policy development. So we are always creating and update HR policies to ensure compliance with our company's standards. Our sixth area is going to be conflict resolution. So we are addressing employee concerns and conflicts to maintain a safe work environment. And our seventh area is going to be strategic planning. So we are collaborating always with the ownership team to align HR initiatives with overall company strategies and objectives.
One of those initiatives is the promotional shift, rewarding store faculty for doing good work and encouraging members to do great. Not to mention the amount of activity that has the store blustered with player numbers. At this promotional shift, multiple people were promoted. The whole room erupts in cheers of joy and excitement. Those who are promoted are ecstatic, whilst those who aren't are still determined to do a great job. We also asked Evan what his favourite part about working at Bloxco was.
My favorite part of working at Bloxco is the collaborative culture we have built over this year, me being involved with it and continuing to build to this day. It is so amazing to be part of a team where everyone is encouraged to share ideas and contribute to everyone's other departments, or contribute to staff, or contribute to our customers. The focus on innovation and continuous improvement creates an environment where not only you guys can grow professionally, but where I can keep growing professionally while supporting you guys, the customers, and the ownership team. Plus, seeing our collective efforts translate into meaningful outcomes for our staff and customers is really rewarding. So overall, the sense of camaraderie and shared purpose makes every day fulfilling at Bloxco.
And it seems like Evan's sense of fulfillment at Bloxco is echoed across his entire department.
Inside Bloxco will return after these quick messages and a word from our QBC stations.
When you have chronic kidney disease, there are places you'd like to be. Like here. And here. Not so much here. Farxiga reduces the risk of kidney failure, which can lead to dialysis.
Farxiga can cause serious side effects, including ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration, urinary tract or genital yeast infections, and low blood sugar. A rare, life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, an allergic reaction, or ketoacidosis.
When you have chronic kidney disease, it's time to ask your doctor for Farxiga, because there are places you want to be.
If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Farxiga.
Let's have a conversation with a person at the top of the ranks at Bloxco. This is Bailey, a vice chairman for Bloxco Stores.
My name is Bailey, and I'm a vice chairman within Bloxco. I basically oversee day-to-day operations, the development team, all our developers, and any game progression, and basically every department within the corporate team, so the training team, the human resources team, and the public relations team. I'm so grateful to be doing this interview, and I'm so grateful to be within my position at Bloxco. So a question that I get often asked a lot is, how did I find out about Bloxco? So it's a quite short story, but one that is very vital to obviously me getting my role, because if I didn't find out about Bloxco, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I was first introduced to Bloxco via TikTok that a former owner posted, going over the systems within a very, very, very old map based off of a real-life Tesco. The systems were self-checkouts, the manual tills, the headsets. These were so interesting to me because they were very realistic to the real-life versions of them. And at the time I was very interested to that, which actually helped me become a scripter, but we'll get on to that in a bit. For example, the staff barcodes on the shelf checkouts, and the checkout barriers on a main bank. This basically drawed me into the whole row store industry on Roblox, and then from there I went up the ranks, progressed into other fields, and not just the row store, but the row development, and just development in general. So through my journey is very, very long. I started Bloxco way back, exactly on July 13th, 2022, which is over 2 years ago and 2 months. I applied to become a service team support lead, which at the time now actually is a senior store colleague, maybe team leader. I was very active, probably a bit too active within the Discord server. So there was a leveling system where you'd level up from chatting and you get perks. I then applied to become a moderator, also at the same time progressing through the store management roles. So for example, assistant manager, store manager. And then on the side I was moderating the Discord, which helped me gain my corporate position. And then I became a corporate after working very long on the moderation team, and actually becoming senior moderator, if I remember correctly. I worked my way up the corporate ranks, so I mean it changed quite a few times. I was like intern corporate, which actually didn't exist back then, junior, senior, head corporate, and then I'm always mastering my skills and expanding my abilities across different coding languages, so I am a coder. It's not just me who does this, Owen does it, another vice chairman, and Cookie does do it too, the chairman of Bloxco. And of course the developers help us with game bugs and new suggestions. I'm also the lead developer and full-time developer of Bloxco Services, which is our all-in-one management bot for Bloxco. It manages things like staff operations, shifts and trainings, moderation, and anything, you name it, it's probably got it. Well, I say that, it probably hasn't. I also maintain and update our APIs, so at the moment of this interview on 2nd of October, we have, I think, 3 upgoing and active APIs. These are responsible for all our operations, and yeah. If you was to ask me if it is easy to develop for Bloxco, I would say that the community is always changing and the industry works at such a fast pace, you do need to have the skills and abilities to keep up. No, it's not hard. No, it's not easy either. But if you've got the skills, you can manage. Basically, to wrap up developing for Bloxco in a nutshell, it is amazing. We're always changing and we're always developing and taking on new suggestions. And it's just great to master skills and just a great place to develop. To see my work come into light and hundreds of people enjoying it every day is so rewarding. To see what you work so hard to accomplish performing very well day in and day out. It is great saying to myself, oh yeah, I achieved great things with my development career, and specifically at Bloxco, but actually seeing it have an effect on people and people playing the game each day is even more rewarding. People enjoy playing the game, and that is the best thing anyone, or more specifically a developer, could ask for. If there is one thing I would tell to somebody trying to become successful in Bloxco, I would say never give up even when it gets hard. You might have activity requirements. You might think to yourself, I've tried so hard, I've attended so many shifts, etc. I just cannot progress. You can do it. Anybody can do it. If I can make it up from the bottom rank, the lowest rank in the game, and purchasing a Game Pass to get it, anyone can.
Some inspiring words from Bailey about his work and career here at Bloxco. We've been given exclusive permission to show you these photos of Bloxco's upcoming version 4 store that Bailey was also a part of developing. That wraps it up for this edition of Inside Bloxco. We've had a jam-packed episode. We went through the history of the store, starting from its roots in a tiny Bloxco Express in York, onto version 2, which saw massive growth, and now to where we currently are, version 3. We had a look into the training process and spoke with 2 directors and a vice chairman. We'll see you next time for another episode of Inside Bloxco.
What does that mean?
One of the biggest supermarkets on Roblox. How did it get its start? What's it like working here? What's the goal of the higher-ups? We answer all of that on Inside Bloxco, coming soon on QBC and streaming on YouTube.